Hello, welcome to Tarot Concertina. In this video, we'll be looking at your year ahead. When I'm recording this, we are entering the year 2026, but this could apply to you whenever you find this video. Just mark this day as the first day of your year ahead. For each of the 12 zodiac signs, we'll look at major themes, love and relationships, career, and health and wellness. I've been selecting the order randomly from this deck, Tarot Astrologique. Feel free to watch your sun sign or any other placements that might be relevant to you, like your moon or your rising signs. And as always, only take the messages that resonate and leave what does not on the table for another viewer. And if you'd like to book an in-depth personal reading for your year ahead, please head to my website, tarotconcertina.com. This reading is for Virgo. Virgo, welcome to your reading. Let's start off with an Untamed Elemental Oracle card. This will represent kind of an overall energy as we move into the new year. We have Crane. I don't have all of these cards memorized, but this one is about longevity. And the crane reminds us to go the distance and to hang in there. So you might have long-term goals that you're continuing to pursue as you enter the new year. And this message is about hanging in there, continue on that journey. My feeling is you're on the right path, and that's just an affirmation for you to stick with it. Let's get some tarot cards for your overall themes for the year. We'll look at your energy, love and relationships, career, health and wellness, and then kind of a wild card, anything else the universe would like us to know. This first card will represent your overall energy for the year ahead. The moon in reverse, very interesting. For love and relationships, we have 6 of Pentacles. For career, Ace of Wands in reverse. We'll clarify all of these as we go along. For health and wellness, 3 of Wands. And as the extra information, anything else we may need to know, King of Pentacles in reverse. At the bottom of the deck, we have 9 of Cups. I didn't look at the bottom for all the groups, but I felt compelled just now. So 9 of Cups is about wish fulfillment and maybe those long-term dreams you have for yourself, finding that sense of contentment. The sun's been coming in and out today through the clouds, and I'm just now getting kind of this burst of sunlight and this burst of energy. So I think that's a great sign. Moon in reverse is an interesting card. Like I said, for the overall theme, it's very mysterious. I'm intrigued. I will need clarifying cards for this because it could mean multiple things. It could mean we're finally able to see things clearly. We're waking up from that dream state. And I just got a message, somebody's pregnant. I don't know if that's for you, but I saw an image of a baby, and then I'm reminded of, this isn't a stork, but it reminded me of a stork. Only take it if it's for you. Obviously, not all of you are pregnant watching this video. Somebody is. Okay, we have Judgment, so, ooh, something's really coming to light, it looks like. We're learning a lesson. We're also waking up. This is confirming the waking up, seeing clearly, or just hearing a call, like a big you know, trumpet from the sky is what we usually see. And Judgment, it's waking you up from your slumber, resurrecting you. So you might feel really rejuvenated this year. The Chariot kind of came out sideways. I'll honor that. So are we moving forward? Are we turning around? Are we moving with caution? My feeling is we're making a judgment call. That's for you to decide if you want to move forward with something. And Seven of Swords. So something secretive happening. Something big is still a secret that's about to be revealed with Moon in reverse. And Seven of Swords can be something happening under the radar. I think you need to wait to make your decision until this is revealed to you, whatever this Seven of Swords is. So you might be feeling something wake up within you soon. Judgment. Something that's been lying dormant or hidden in your subconscious. A few other collectives have been getting a very similar message. There's something here we're realizing about ourselves that's been hidden for a while. And then this Chariot is kind of crossing you. Is it, should I go? Should I stay? Type of energy. I think you're moving forward at a reasonable pace. Maybe that's the Chariot sideways. Or you're going a different direction entirely than you would have in the past. And then Seven of Swords can be an alternative route. So you might be taking, metaphorically, the side roads to your destination, or a new path. It's giving me the impression that you're going to be kind of incognito, hidden, trying to sneak around something. And I just keep seeing a metaphor of you not taking the highway, for example. You're taking the side roads so you're undetected. Where are you going? Okay, I want one more card, please. Then we have that Nine of Cups, which was this underlying energy coming back up in reverse. This is giving me the impression you'll be evading something. I'm wondering if the Nine of Cups reversed is somebody else's wish fulfillment that they've put upon you, and now you're waking up and realizing that's actually not what I want. I want something else for myself. Or maybe you've forgotten your long-term vision and you're remembering what that is, what's authentic to you, and you're rediscovering your authentic path. However, it requires you to get out of a situation or move away from a person or a situation. That's really interesting. I'm almost seeing it like a movie scene play out. Very dramatic, very intriguing. All right. This also wanted to be seen, Seven of Cups. So yeah, exploring your options, what to do next. Again, should I stay? Should I go? I suspect you're leaning towards going if you can't figure out how to stay. You would know better than I do what that situation is or what the circumstances are that are involved, but it looks like you're exploring your options and you're being very careful about it, and you're still deliberating which of these 7 cups to choose. You don't want to make the wrong step. Okay, Virgo, let's see what's going on in your relationships. Maybe that'll help us get a bigger picture. 3 of Wands in reverse. So 6 of Pentacles is about balances. What's fair? How do we distribute energy so it's equal? And then we have the 3 of Wands in reverse, which can mean things are not going to plan, or between you and another person in a relationship of some kind, you couldn't quite figure out that balance. and or you have different ideas of what that looks like. I'm getting the impression there's backtracking here. Let's get a couple more cards. Ten of Wands and Three of Swords. All right, so heavier energies here. Could involve some heartache. Three of Swords can be pain, emotional pain, also mental distress. Remember, swords are mental activity, but usually shown piercing through a heart. I think unless you're very new to tarot, you have encountered Three of Swords. It's a card of heartbreak. With the Ten of Wands, it's after a long struggle. It was too hard to make it work. The balances didn't check. The vision that you may have had together didn't come into reality. At this point, I always like to remind the viewer, you would usually know if this energy is for you or not already. I'm not telling you a grim future. If you're in a very healthy relationship, I don't think this is your reading. Strength. So calling upon your strength to move through this process. This is not easy. You wouldn't be using that strength if it were a lighthearted, simple process, of course. So yeah, lean into that side of yourself that supports you. Strength is also a card of a nurturing, loving, warm energy. My cat just reminded me that this is the cat card. This is the kitty, the big cat card. So finding that warmth and comfort and nurturing support in your life to help carry you through this time. And again, an affirmation that you can do it. You can get through this. Okay, let's move on to career. We have Ace of Wands in reverse. Page of Swords. The Magician. And Eight of Cups in reverse. I'm kind of seeing this as an outside energy trying to summon you back to them. Now, remember, this is career, so if you had walked away from or emotionally detached from a work environment or a career project, etc., you might be called back there. Somebody has an eye on you. They're trying to use their manifestation skills to draw you back. Eight of Cups in reverse can mean you're circling back to something that you had abandoned or, again, emotionally detached yourself from. But it's in the early stages of it still. So as we move through the year, you might get an offer or somebody reaching out to you to try to draw you back into this situation or work environment in some way. Anything else? Six of Wands. So it might give you a boost of confidence to hear from this individual. Eight of Swords. I think this is just a clue. It might have been a work environment that caused you stress in the past. And there's concern about getting overly tied to this. You don't want to get wrapped up in a cycle, I'm hearing, again, that you've already kind of freed yourself from. There seems to be a pattern here of not sure which way to go, indecisiveness. Just think about your own vision, your long-term goal, what's best for you. What's your dream? So as we keep that in mind, let's get one more card of advice for career. Six of Pentacles. So tying it back to this relationship energy, perhaps. Figuring out what's energetically balanced and fair between you and this external energy. There's a second message here, maybe for the same person or a different group of people watching this. If you were passed up or like a runner up for a position and you felt a little rejected from Three of Swords, that offer might be circling around back to you as like, I don't want to say consolation, but they're rethinking their decision and maybe offering you like a fair compromise. It might not be exactly what you originally envisioned, but there's some other like compromise or other fair offer coming in. And then I'm hearing some of you are going to share a position with somebody else. That's interesting. I'm getting the feeling, this has happened in a couple other collectives as well, that the career and the love and relationships are very closely tied together. So you might have just really close bonds with the people you share a work environment with, or you're actually working with your spouse or loved one or a close friend. I'm getting this strong impression from your reading that you have this internal life and this dream that you kind of keep to yourself. There's part of you keep hidden from others. And then you have this external world where you try to make people happy and keep the peace. And you're kind of easygoing, but inside you're very passionate and you have this really warm, it's either like a goal of yours or like a secret you just keep for yourself, a little inner world. King of Wands. So for the Three of Wands, which is that active planning, like going out in a direction of your choosing. Oh yeah, we have Three of Wands in reverse here. So this plan with the relationship that didn't work out, maybe it's working out in your area of health and wellness. We have a support system here with the King of Wands, which is not always what I perceive the King of Wands to be, but there you go. And then the Ten of Cups, so really happy, harmonious, shared environment. This is what you're seeking, and I think this means you find it. King of Wands is great at making things happen through passion and determination. He has long-term vision. And then Nine of Wands, so interesting. So this is kind of echoing what I was trying to communicate. You have this really passionate, fiery inner world, very creative, lively inner world with the King of Wands. And you see this path for yourself toward the Ten of Cups, this happy rainbow of love and emotional fulfillment. And then we have the Nine of Wands. And I'm interpreting that in connection to these other cards as just very determined to make this happen for yourself. I don't know if you can hear, but you might be able to see it's gotten a little dim now. So you have a dynamic reading, and now it's storming outside, which is kind of strange for January here in Arizona. And speaking of storms, we have the Nine of Wands, which can be kind of this mental storm of rumination, repeating things over and over again and expecting different results. So I'm thinking you might need to rethink your plan moving forward. Again, there's kind of change of plans here, figuring things out in your overall theme. And again, you're very determined to get to this happy, harmonious outcome. And it could involve finding a beautiful romantic relationship. It doesn't have to be, it could be just happy family, harmonious, shared environment. And there's the thunder. Okay, we also have the King of Cups. That's nice energy to have in your health and wellness. So there's a nice balance here of discovering your passions, moving ahead, and being emotionally stable. So the advice for conquering that Nine of Wands, rumination, exhaustion, wounded warrior energy is to tap into that emotional maturity, maybe figuring out how you can just stay balanced emotionally and mentally so you can just focus on your goals. And I'm hearing, I'm so tired of looking for my person. So there might be some of you watching who are seeking this ideal partner. I think there's something here that needs to be resolved within yourself before you will be aligned with that person, is what I'm hearing. There's an inner journey that might need to take place this year. The Hermit is about growth and healing and knowing thyself. So knowing what you want before you can find that path to emotional wellness and fulfillment. Let's jump over to the King of Pentacles and any additional advice or information. Four of Cups reversed. Temperance. And Four of Wands. So there's really beautiful healing energy that leads to a nice symbiotic relationship or a happy home environment, a celebratory, energized home. And there's something here about an offer that you may have passed up or something you didn't see before you're now seeing. Something you may have been too stubborn to accept or see before. I'm seeing like somebody with tunnel vision who's opening up their scope of vision. But it happens through healing and balancing yourself. I think it's happening here in your health and wellness. The Hermit with the healing, the Temperance, another healing card. So this could be a year ahead of profound inner growth. Take some time to really tend to yourself and figure out what you want personally. And then that inner world I was talking about, that beautiful vision you have for yourself, it'll be kind of solidified, and then you'll be ready to achieve it in the exterior world, if that makes any sense. And I'm hearing somebody say, I didn't know what I was missing before. So if you're thinking about going to therapy or doing some kind of shadow work, for example, I really encourage you to do so, because it leads to this beautiful healing process where you really grow, and then you find this kind of treasure at the end of the rainbow with the Four of Wands, which is a really warm, celebratory energy. And then we have Queen of Pentacles upright with the King of Pentacles reversed. So it's kind of turning that energy around. Things get a lot warmer, more comfortable for you toward the end of the year is what I'm seeing, if you do the work on your healing. It doesn't have to be anything big, like we were talking about with the Crane card. It can just be one little thing you do every day, or one little step at a time, breaking it into smaller pieces. So I really like your overall goal of the year. It looks like you're going to be working on healing and discovering what your real desires and wishes are, but you might take some time to figure that out. And we're just wrapping things up with a few initials letters, whatever you see from these Scrabble pieces. W, D, L, and E. Lude. Not an easy year, but a big year for growth for you, Virgo. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked this, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate a comment as well. Anything helps. I really wish you the best of luck in this year ahead. Take care, and I will see you at the next reading.